Welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. We are at part 2 of my very first case updates. In this video, I will be talking about the Michael Allen / Kaivonni Lynn Vachon case. As a reminder, topics may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. On June 6th of this year, Michael Allen had his second trial for the alleged killing of his 17-month-old baby girl, Kaivonni Lynn Vachon. A jury of mostly all-white men and women of Fort Wayne, Indiana, came back with a guilty verdict after deliberating for at least 2 hours. On February 25th of 2021, the Allen County coroner ruled Kaivonni's death as a homicide caused by blunt force trauma to her abdomen. Michael Allen is a black father to a biracial child who sadly passed away on February 25th of 2021. From all accounts, Michael Allen was a caring and active father in all of his children's lives, especially his only girl, Kaivonni, his princess, and I do not believe that he committed filicide. Therefore, in my opinion, since March 3rd of 2024, Michael Allen is one of the many innocent black men behind bars. We know for a fact that African Americans in the United States are wrongly accused every single day. During a trial, the prosecution must prove beyond reasonable doubt that the accused did in fact commit the alleged crime. I think that reasonable doubt lies beneath what Kaivonni's mother, father, family member, friends, and doctors have all confirmed, that Kaivonni Lynn Vachon had been having stomach issues prior to dying. Why would a guilty man rush his daughter to the hospital? In fact, he realized that the fire station was closer and in desperate need, and in a time that I could only imagine was probably the worst day of his life, banged on the door of the fire station, and thankfully firefighter EMTs came out to assist. There were no signs of bruising on the 17-month-old baby's body. She was rushed to the hospital and pronounced dead. There was enough reasonable doubt in August of 2024, during Michael Allen's first trial for the murder of his daughters, when the jury could not agree on a verdict after deliberating for over 6 hours, and the case ended in a mistrial. Kaivonni's mother, Kayla Vachon, testified that her baby had been throwing up in the days prior to her death. Kayla also testified that she took her baby to the emergency room for the same reason, where doctors were not able to pinpoint exactly what was wrong with Kaivonni. In hopes for more help and concern for her daughter, Kayla emailed her pediatrician, Dr. Lakshmi Kali. I almost hit the forklift into a wall. I told him, "You're not telling the truth." That's what Kayla testified was her reaction when Michael called her and told her the devastating news. At Michael's first trial, Kayla described him as a good dad who rarely lost his temper. At his second trial, she said that Michael was yelling at her. The official charges at the second trial convicted Michael for neglect of a dependent, resulting in the death of an aggravated battery for the death of Kaivonni. Michael now faces up to 80 years in prison. He is set to be sentenced in July. The walls of his cell have become even smaller when faced with being kept from speaking to his friends and family. We reached the end of today's episode of Bay Area Housewife of True Crime with those little mini case updates. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming down the rabbit hole where I currently live. Stay tuned for the next episode on the next case. Make sure to follow me on all socials by the same handle of Bay Area Housewife. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and of course here on TikTok. If you like my content, do me a solid and rate my show wherever you listen. As always, I accept and respect your opinions. I welcome all comments, questions, case suggestions, etc. Call me, beat me at yayareahousewife@gmail.com. I'll see you chismosas y chismosos in the next episode. Adios.